So I've noticed some bad habits that have developed in America after scrolling douchebag after douchebag. You know it better as YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. And what I'm speaking of is 15 years ago, YouTube was basically a site for crazy videos or video artists or sketch comedy, and it slowly devolved into being like the Disney Channel farm team, or people showing you their stuff, and people can just talk about the stuff they bought because we don't have culture, we just have consumers. And someone will be telling you about this thing they bought or something they built, and it always trails with them not knowing how to stop, and they just go, but, yeah. And, yeah. And what's really going on is that, number one, they're not actually speaking to anyone. No one's going to see it until 3 years later when they have a bunch of, like, hate comments for no reason. And it's like a simulation for their buddy being there, but it's a camcorder, and then they're like, wait, no one's responding to what I just... Yeah. It's they just realize it. That's that moment that is just sparked in their head, like, wait, I'm not actually talking to anyone. But the other problem we really have that is driving me really crazy is high-rising terminal. Yeah, you may know it as Uptalk. It's when the inflection of a statement runs up and turns into a question. My teacher, one of them, I remember someone saying, like, are you asking me or are you telling me? And, you know, back then you get really mad as a kid, like, why I oughta... Because back then, you know, in the mid-90s, we talked like 1940s Looney Tune gangsters. But I think that I found the source. I'm pretty certain that it comes from Australia, and it's kind of become an epidemic now in America. Because, you know, Australia, the outback, all they have there is just a desert, an oasis, and everything else is a compound with a tour guide and a safari cab. That's Australia. And it probably comes from someone trying to be friendly and not try to alarm anyone, so they say things really delicately. So you'd be like, steer clear of the fence, because there's a crocodile on the other side. Keep your hands and arms inside the tram. Wait, are you asking me or are you telling me? And you want to stay on the path, because if you go off, there's crocs that will chop your arms off. But, yeah.